Welcome to Mr. Question Channel. All right, so we're diving into a question today that I bet keeps a lot of you up at night.
Oh, yeah.
When will YouTube start recommending my videos? It's kind of like the holy grail, right, for any new creator on the platform.
Totally.
And to help us kind of unpack this a little bit, we've got an article by Soren Trifu.
Okay.
And he's actually started multiple successful channels from scratch. So he's been there.
Right.
He's done that.
He's got some good insight.
He does. And he's sharing some pretty interesting data, too.
Yeah. And he actually starts off by kind of busting a myth, I think, that a lot of new creators fall into.
Okay.
Which is that brand new channels are just stuck with like 0 impressions.
Right. Yeah. You think you're just starting from nothing.
Yeah, you think you're in the void and no one is ever going to see your stuff.
Right.
But he actually shares some screenshots from his own new channels, and some of his first videos actually got a decent number of impressions. Right out of the gate.
Huh. That's so interesting. I always thought it was just this like slow climb out of the 0 view abyss.
Yeah.
So what could be making the difference there?
Yeah, well, so he actually points to audio quality.
Okay.
As a bigger factor than I think a lot of people realize.
Interesting.
He even did this experiment where he intentionally used his laptop mic.
Oh, wow.
For a video just to see what would happen, and impressions totally tanked.
Wow.
So his hypothesis is that, poor audio leads to shorter watch times because people are just clicking away. And then that signals to YouTube that the video is not engaging.
Totally makes sense. I mean, I've definitely clicked away from videos.
Yeah.
Because the audio was just like driving me crazy.
Yeah, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
So is he saying we all need to go out and get, professional level mics right away?
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah.
He does recommend like the Rode NT1 and the Audio Technica AT2020 for those who are willing to invest.
Right.
But his main point is that like clear, decent audio is the priority, even if it's not, studio quality.
Okay, so good audio is like the foundation.
Yeah.
But what about the algorithm itself?
Right.
Is it just biased against new channels?
Well, that's where this idea of channel history comes in.
Okay.
So he talks about this older channel of his reptile area, which had been inactive for like 3 years.
Wow.
And when he started posting again, those new videos got way more impressions.
Oh, really?
Compared to his brand new channels.
Huh. So is YouTube like playing favorites with the older channels?
Well, it's not really about favoritism. It's about beta.
Okay.
So YouTube uses your channel history, things like your past video performance, your descriptions, tags, even your channel bio, to figure out like what your content is about and who might be interested.
So it's almost like YouTube needs to get to know you and your content first.
Yeah, exactly.
Before it can confidently recommend your videos.
Exactly.
It's like building up a reputation.
Yeah, you got to earn that trust.
And this actually ties into another thing that like everyone always says is so important for YouTubers, which is finding the best time to post.
Right.
But Soren argues that until you have a decent audience, subscribe and gets those notifications, worrying about the best time to post is kind of irrelevant.
Totally.
Because if no one knows you exist yet, it doesn't really matter when you post, right?
Exactly. It's like shouting into the void.
He actually shares a story about a video that he had that got barely any views for 8 months.
Wow.
And then suddenly it just took off.
Really?
So it just shows you how unpredictable the algorithm can be.
Yeah.
Especially for new channels.
For sure.
So, okay, we need to give YouTube time to get to know our channel.
Yeah.
But what about like all the other things that people say are so important for getting views?
Like thumbnails and titles and all that.
Exactly, like the clickbaity titles.
Yeah.
Are those things not as important as we think they are?
Well, so Soren's point is that while thumbnails and titles are definitely important for click-through rates, once your video is actually being shown to people, they can't magically make YouTube recommend your video in the first place.
Right, I see what you mean. So if no one's seeing the thumbnail, it doesn't matter how great it is.
Exactly.
He uses tools like Leonardo AI for thumbnails and vidIQ for titles.
Oh, cool.
But he emphasizes that these are like optimizations for later.
Right.
Once you're already getting some impressions.
Yeah, you got to get on the board first.
So the first hurdle is just getting YouTube to show your video to anyone at all.
Exactly.
So if it's not about these like quick tricks and hacks, then what is the real key
to
building that channel history that YouTube relies on so much?
Well, he actually emphasizes those elements that I think a lot of new creators kind of overlook.
Okay, like what?
So like detailed descriptions, relevant tags, and a really comprehensive channel bio. These, he argues, are incredibly valuable for new channels.
Why is that?
Because they give YouTube that much needed context.
Okay.
He even mentions like some really successful YouTubers who barely even use descriptions anymore.
Oh.
Because their channel history is already so strong.
Wow. So it really is all about laying that groundwork first.
Yeah, you got to build that foundation.
But how do we get those initial views then?
Right.
While we're building up this all-important channel history?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
Yeah, because I imagine that's what our listeners like dying to know.
For sure.
So any tips there?
Well, he talks about strategically leveraging trends and search intent to kind of give yourself a boost.
Okay.
So, for example, he mentions this channel that got a massive spike in views from a video related to like a trending topic at the time. It was actually a Trump-related video.
Okay, so jumping on trends can work.
It can.
But I'm guessing it has to be a trend that's actually relevant to your niche.
Exactly.
Right. You don't want to just like sacrifice your channel's identity
right
just to chase some fleeting views.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to just jump on any bandwagon.
So what does he actually recommend?
So he actually favors what he calls a searchable video idea strategy.
No way.
Where you're focused on creating evergreen content that provides answers to common questions within your niche.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's stuff that people are always going to be searching for.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not tied to like a specific moment in time.
And he actually used this approach for his new channel.
He did.
And what were the results?
Yeah, so the data's pretty interesting. He's seeing slow but steady growth, mainly from search traffic.
Okay.
Which is a really good sign.
Why is that?
Well, it means that people are finding his content organically.
Okay.
Through search.
Gotcha.
Plus, he's getting high click-through rates.
Okay.
And good audience retention.
So people are actually watching the videos?
Yeah, they're sticking around.
So those are all good signs.
Yeah, those are all positive signals to YouTube that people are finding his content valuable.
So it seems like focusing on evergreen content, at least initially, could be a more sustainable strategy.
I think so.
Than trying to chase these viral trends.
Yeah, I mean, it's about creating content that continues to work for you.
Right.
Long after the initial hype of a trend has faded away.
It's like planting seeds.
Yeah.
That'll keep growing over time.
Exactly. I like that.
So it seems like patience is key here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure our listener is wondering, how long does it actually take for YouTube to start recommending your videos?
Right. Is there a magic number?
Yeah, like is there a certain number of videos you have to post or a certain amount of time?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no magic number or time frame.
Right.
But what Soren's experience shows is that by focusing on quality, consistency, and giving YouTube the data it needs to understand your channel, you're essentially setting yourself up for success.
Exactly.
So instead of obsessing over that algorithm, maybe we should be focusing more on creating content that is genuinely helpful and engaging.
Yeah, meet the needs of your audience.
For our target audience.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's about shifting your mindset.
Okay.
From like, when will YouTube recommend me? To what can I do to make my videos worthy of recommendation?
I love that.
Yeah. It's about taking control.
Yeah.
And focusing on the things you can actually control.
That's great advice. So it sounds like a lot of this just comes down to like trust. Building that trust with YouTube.
Yeah.
And building trust with your audience as well.
Exactly.
And the cool thing is, like, with that approach, you're really laying the groundwork for sustainable growth.
Exactly.
Right? You're not relying on these, like, fleeting trends or algorithm hacks.
Yeah, you're building something with staying power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if our listener could take away just one thing from this whole deep dive, what would it be?
I think it would be this: shift your focus.
Okay.
Instead of asking, like, when will YouTube recommend me? Ask yourself, what can I do to make my videos worthy of recommendation?
I love that.
Yeah, it's a powerful question.
It is.
It really gets you thinking.
It does. It makes you think about, okay, what does YouTube actually want?
Right.
And what does my audience actually need?
Exactly.
If you can figure out those two things, then you're golden.
You're on the right track.
So Soren himself focused on creating that evergreen content that would show up in those search results.
Yeah, the stuff that's always going to be relevant.
Exactly. And he found a common question.
Yeah.
That people in his niche were always asking.
Right.
And he made a video that answered it thoroughly.
Perfect.
So here's a question for you, dear listener.
Okay.
What's one video you could create that would answer a common question in your niche?
It's a good question to think about.
It is. It really forces you to think about, okay, who am I making these videos for?
Right.
What do they actually want to know?
Exactly.
And how can I deliver that information?
And if you can create a video that answers that, that could be the thing that really kicks off your channel's growth.
Totally. But even beyond that one video, what are some other actionable steps that our listener can take to start building that channel history?
Well, we've already touched on a few things.
Okay.
It all starts with making sure that your audio is clear, that it's engaging, that it's not going to make people click away.
Right.
Then really dive into those details. Write those comprehensive descriptions that accurately reflect what's in your video. Use those relevant tags to help YouTube understand what your video is about.
Right.
And craft that channel bio that really clearly defines what your channel is all about.
So it's almost like creating a roadmap for YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? Showing them, okay, here's where my content fits in.
Exactly.
This whole world of videos.
You're making it as easy as possible for YouTube to understand you.
And I imagine that can feel a little overwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for someone just starting out.
Especially at the beginning.
Right, because there's so many things to think about. And it's easy to get caught up in wanting to be perfect right from the start.
Oh, totally. But remember, it's a journey, not a race.
Right.
Focus on progress, not perfection.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, just take it one step at a time.
So start with that good audio.
Yeah.
Detailed descriptions, relevant tags, and an accurate channel bio.
Exactly.
Those are like the building blocks.
Yeah.
And while you're laying that foundation, start brainstorming those evergreen video ideas.
Yeah.
What are the common questions in your niche?
Right. What are people searching for?
Yeah. What are those problems that people are always trying to solve? And this is where it really helps to understand your target audience.
Yeah.
Right? Like really put yourself in their shoes. What are they typing into that YouTube search bar?
Exactly.
What kind of video would have been super helpful to them when they were just starting out?
And remember, it's not about chasing views.
Right.
It's about providing that genuine value.
And if people are watching your videos all the way through, that's sending those positive signals to YouTube.
It is.
Which will increase your chances of getting recommended.
Absolutely.
So it's like this positive feedback loop.
Yeah.
Right. Good content leads to happy viewers. Which leads to those positive signals for YouTube. Which leads to more visibility.
Or views, more subscribers.
And so on and so forth.
Exactly.
So it all starts with creating content that people actually want to watch and that they actually want to engage with.
Exactly.
And understanding what YouTube wants.
Right.
They want videos that are keeping people on the platform. They want videos that are well made.
Yeah.
That are informative.
That provide value.
That are, in a nutshell, worthy of recommendation.
Exactly.
And those are the kinds of videos that over time are going to help you build that channel history. That's going to lead to more recommendations, more views.
Right.
And ultimately a thriving YouTube channel.
Exactly. It's all about playing the long game.
It is.
And remember, there are going to be ups and downs along the way.
Oh, for sure.
Some videos might take off right away. Others might take months to gain traction.
Right.
But the key is to just stay consistent.
Yeah.
Keep learning and never stop creating.
I think that's such an important message.
It is.
Because it's so easy to get discouraged.
Especially in the beginning.
Especially as a new creator when you're not seeing those results right away.
Yeah. It can definitely be a grind.
Yeah, but stick with it. It takes time for YouTube to get to know you. To get to know your content.
It's all about building that relationship.
Exactly.
And, with the right mindset and a commitment to quality, you'll get there.
You'll start seeing those videos recommended. And your channel will start flourishing.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it really is a marathon, not a sprint.
It is.
Building that relationship with YouTube, it takes time.
It does, but that's what makes it so rewarding.
Yeah.
When you start seeing those recommendations coming in and your audience growing.
Yeah, it's like a testament to all your hard work.
Exactly.
So for our listener out there who's just starting their YouTube journey, what's one piece of advice you would give them to help them stay motivated?
I would say, remember why you started creating in the first place.
Okay.
What is that passion that drives you?
Yeah.
What message do you want to share with the world?
It's so easy to get caught up in the numbers.
It is.
And just lose sight of the bigger picture. But when you can tap into that core passion,
yeah,
that's what fuels you.
It does. It keeps you going. And remember, every successful YouTuber was once a beginner just like you. Right. They faced the same doubts, the same struggles, that same frustrating wait for those recommendations.
Yeah, and they pushed through.
They did. They kept creating. They kept learning.
Yeah.
They kept refining their craft.
So don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah.
Try new things and constantly learn and evolve as a creator.
Exactly.
So as you embark on this journey, remember to be patient, be persistent.
Yeah.
But most importantly, be passionate about what you're creating.
Exactly. Let that passion shine through.
And never underestimate the power of a well-crafted description.
Oh, yeah. Those details matter.
Those relevant tags, a compelling channel bio.
It all adds up.
It does. It's all about creating that strong foundation.
Yeah.
Building a channel that is both engaging for viewers and easily understood by that YouTube algorithm.
Exactly.
And with the right mindset and a commitment to quality.
Yeah.
You will start seeing your videos recommended.
You will.
And your channel will start to flourish.
It's just a matter of time and effort.
So keep creating, keep learning.
Yeah.
Keep that passion burning.
Exactly.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll be featuring your channel.
That would be awesome.
On a future deep dive.
We'd love to see it.
Until then, happy YouTubing, everyone.
Happy YouTube.